Pukeko started from was actually about 10 years ago. We started off as an initiative inside Weta Workshop. Richard Taylor said to me that he wanted to get into creating his own intellectual property. So we started up an initiative getting into children's television. Our first project was a project called Jane and the Dragon.
Dragon! How can someone so large be so sneaky?
That was a co-production between Nelvana from Canada and ourselves. That show was pretty successful. It sold into about 50 countries around the world and won a bunch of awards. Then we went on to produce another show called The What-Wats. We made 78 episodes of that show. I think during that production, it was decided by the Weta Group that they wanted to focus on service provision, and so Pukeko was formed as a standalone entity outside of the Weta Group, but obviously closely aligned through Richard. And then in 2012, I got a call from ITV, from the producer over there called Giles Ridge, and he said to me, "You know that Thunderbirds show that we've been talking about for the last 8 years? We're coming up to the 50th anniversary of the original screen of classic Thunderbirds," and he said, "We'd really like to hear from you guys and how you would put it together." I sat down with our creative development guy, Theo Bainton, and I said to Theo, "Right, we've got to come up with something that nobody else is going to come up with." And that's when we had this idea that we would combine live action miniatures and CGI characters and vehicles, which, you know, arguably nobody else would come up with that idea anywhere else in the world. We were the only company that had this sort of combined, you know, how it was made originally and the best of sort of modern day techniques. And really that's what won us the project to work on. Pukeko now does have a reputation in the industry as being, you know, sort of quality producers. We're also fortunate that the New Zealand government gives us a lot of support, the screen industry, and that there are fairly generous incentives to produce product here in New Zealand, as is similar around the world, but the New Zealand government has really, last year, really stepped up and now has put a world-leading scheme in place. So we're pretty fortunate that that's there, and it works quite well for us. I've spent a lot of time going to trade shows all around the world, building up a network of people that we want to work with, and, you know, people now know us, and we have a bunch of shows in development with key partners around the world. I think we're in a pretty good place right now. So obviously the immediate plans are finish another season of Thunderbirds, and that's got 2 years to go, so we're not talking about a really short period of time. That's a decent length of time. We have our Clever Man project, which we're fully underway with. We probably would like another show to be working on right now, but getting a green light on a show is incredibly difficult. It's the hardest thing you can do in this industry. So what our plans are right now is, as I say, Thunderbirds, Clever Man, and then find another 1 or 2 shows to come in to really sort of maximise where we are. And then the goal is that Thunderbird starts to earn some money, and we get that in as royalties, which we can then reinvest into the next show. And, you know, the idea is to build up to a stage where we're maybe doing 3, maybe 4 shows in production at any one time, you know. And that's also, you know, a little bit contingent upon the wider industry, the crews that are available, and, you know, maybe some other things that are the big feature films that are going on. But if we could get up to, you know, 3 to 4 shows in production, I think that would be really sort of a good place for us.